How you doing, Cali Crowd? About a month ago, I set myself the challenge of being able to hold a back lever for 5 seconds. For those of you who don't know what a back lever is, it's a skill where the athlete hangs horizontal, suspended from a bar with the back facing upwards. Notably in contrast to a front lever, where the front of the body faces upwards. I was so excited to start learning this skill because it incorporates so many of the calisthenics fundamentals that I always talk about. Shoulder mobility and strength, creating full body tension, proprioceptive control. It's also a gateway to unlocking various other calisthenic skills that I'm just dying to learn, but I'm getting ahead of myself. If you haven't seen my video on the day 0 of my back lever training, I'll link it down in the description below. But spoilers, here's my first attempt at a back lever. So in my first attempt, I could pretty easily hold a tucked back lever, which I was very happy with. I was expecting my shoulders to kick up way more of a fuss by putting them in this position, but they felt fine. I definitely didn't feel like I could extend my legs, but compared to my other day 0s for when I learned skills such as the muscle up and L-sit, for example, this was a much better starting point. From this starting point, I decided that I would use skin the cat and reverse hyperextensions to build some back lever specificity into my strength training. I also added chin-ups to ensure I was strengthening the biceps and relevant connective tissue, which I placed under load at the end range in the back lever. It was a very simple program that I just tethered onto the back of my pull training sessions. I imagined I'd need to tweak it eventually, but after week 1, when it came to retesting my tucked back lever, it felt too easy. Like, stupidly easy. So I got my bands out and tried a resistance band back lever with a band that displaces 45 kilograms. But that also felt too easy. So I tried with a band that displaces 35 kilograms, which made me work a fair bit harder, but I was still shocked at what a week worth of progress looked like, which, by the way, is only 2 pull strength days for me. Quick note here, while I was doing that back lever attempt, I did feel a very slight twinge in my ribs, which I assumed would be an intercostal strain. Naturally, I stopped pushing it at this stage, no point in getting injured, and I made sure to incorporate dynamic intercostal stretches in my warm-ups, and I haven't experienced any discomfort since. Anyways, I told myself that I would continue to test out my back lever training once a week, which I don't usually do with skills, but I wanted to see if this steep progress was going to continue. And at about the start of week 3, I felt like I was in no man's land, somewhere between slightly needing the support of the band and doing it without the band at all. Then on day 28, I did this. While I was over the moon with this back lever, I wasn't happy with both the hold time as well as the body line I held, which was not quite horizontal. Instead of trying to push it on that day, I reset and attacked the back lever 4 days later, and this happened. Being able to learn how to back lever in 32 days is actually a little bit awkward for me, because in the past I've criticized sensationalist titles of YouTube videos. We've all seen the YouTube video entitled "I learned how to full planche in 45 minutes" and on the left we see the image of the guy who is skinny, looks like they can barely do a push-up, and on the right we see the ripped beast doing planches for fun. What I will say though is that I don't think my back lever progress is normal. I am very much coming at this from an intermediate level, and I believe the steps I took are very valuable for people looking to learn this skill, but if you struggle to rope together a few pull-ups or body rows, don't expect to replicate what I have done here in just a month. I am at a place now where I've been focusing on basic movements for well over a year, and the benefits are really starting to snowball, and I can see that in my skill training. In fact, the speed of the completion of this back lever is just further proof that by focusing on the basic movement patterns, we can derive a stupid amount of strength in calisthenics and ultimately achieve our goals. Quicker than I thought, that is actually my back lever challenge complete. But guys, I really want to know what you think. What skills are you guys working towards at the moment? What are your calisthenics strength goals? Let me know down in the comment section below. Like the video if you found it valuable and enjoyable for you, and guys, I will see you in the next one.